What is up guys, Fraser Wilson here. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going through a full day of eating that is geared towards putting on some muscle mass. So for this video, I'm going to be walking you through meal by meal, step by step, the entire process of the super simple, healthy and delicious meal. So this video is for students out there, or if you're just short on time, and for those of you who like to eat good but also eat healthy as well. This is going to be the absolutely best video for you. So without further ado guys, we're going to hop into the best meal of the day. I think we can all agree that is breakfast. So this is going to start off with a savory and a sweet component. So without further ado guys, let's jump right in. Starting off by putting the pan on the stove and bringing it to a medium heat, we're going to go in with eggs. So this is going to be a very, very delicious bodybuilding omelet. So we're going to be doing 2 whole eggs and then 3 egg whites. So if you're curious about how we're going to get the egg whites from the yolk, there is a few ways to do it, but the way I do it is the best that I have found. So pretty much you're going to get the crack in the middle and then you're just going to pass the yolk back and forth like so. And as such, you separate the yolk from the white, and that is what we want. Those trios. So go ahead and whisk those up. Now I will mention that this meal plan is going to be 4,000 calories. Now you can adapt that to whatever you need for the day. And every single meal that we're going to go through is going to take just around 10 minutes. So it's not going to take a whole lot. Some of them is going to take even 5 minutes. Some of them might take, 11.5, but for the most part, they're going to be very, very simple to make up. In with a splash of olive oil, move that around. In with 1 handful of kale and spinach. We're just going to let that cook up for about 1 minute. In with the eggs. And we're not going to do anything to this. We're just going to let that sit. All right, guys, moving on to part 2. So this is going to be the sweet component, and we're going to be mixing up a very, very tasty homemade cereal. So we're going to be starting off with 100 grams of berries. Now these are frozen. This is blueberries, but somehow a strawberry has ended up in there. Should I press charges? Maybe. Nah, strawberries are not too bad. So we're gonna defrost these for about 30 seconds. So the staples for the cereal is gonna be ancient grain oats. This is just oats with a little bit extra added into it. I personally like it. And the peach pecan muesli. So we're gonna go in with those. 100 grams of ancient oats, 30 grams of pecan muesli. Oh, 30 grams on the dot. How about that? Now, before we trek on any further, we are going to be having 1 piece of toast with this omelet that we're whipping up. So we're gonna put that into the toaster right now. I'm using sourdough. 1 slice of bread into the spaceship toaster. I'm gonna go in with 1 whole banana into this cereal. Cut it a long ways. Once you've done that, just cut it across. Now you get a nice amount of banana at every single bite. Last but definitely not least, a bit of dark chocolate for the culture. We're gonna do 20 grams here. Crunch that up as finely as you possibly can. Last but not least, guys, we're gonna go in with 250 grams of unsweetened almond milk. Now you can use sweetened if you absolutely want to. I'm pretty damn all right with the unsweetened kind. Now we're gonna finish that off with about a 1/4 scoop of Oxy Whey. This is absolutely fantastic. It's just gonna add a little bit more protein, but more importantly, it's gonna add a very, very good amount of taste to this meal for really not a whole lot of consequence. Toast is good to go. Flip that bad boy. Give it a nice slap right onto the bread. Last but certainly not least, guys, is just to add a bit of seasoning. So we're gonna go with pink salt on the omelets. Mixed herbs, we're gonna chuck that right into the oats. Now you surely didn't think I was gonna do that, did you? Mixed herbs onto the omelet, and we are good to go. All right guys, so that is breakfast. 2 parts of that, the homemade cereal as well as the omelet on a nice piece of sourdough toast. Now I'm gonna be having that with 2 fish oil, 2 calcium and 2 vitamin D down the hatch. I just realized I don't have any water. So this is perfect. If you wanted to, you could add some no sugar sauce or some sort of hot sauce on the eggs, but I'm pretty content with how it is just on the bread as well. So the calories, macros, and everything else between are 146 grams of carbs, 36 grams of fats, and 49 grams of protein, coming in at 1,151 calories. So this is definitely a larger meal, but I'm a big eater in the morning. However, if you wanted to cut down the amount of real food that you're gonna actually have to eat, what you could do is put everything that is in this cereal in a blender, blend it up, and it's like having the exact same thing, but it'll be much easier to get down. So that is meal number 1. On to meal number 2, guys. This is going to be my post-workout meal, as I just absolutely demolished the back, but you could also implement this as a snack throughout the day at some points. I will say this is an absolutely tasty dish, and it will require not a whole lot of time to get it done. So let's jump right into it. So we're gonna start this one off by making up a bit of a protein fluff, which is not gonna require a whole lot of ingredients. Start off by going in in with 1 scoop of Oxy Whey. Next up, 30 grams of peanut butter. Now that that's done, all we're gonna do is slowly add in a bit of almond milk while we stir it around. So you only wanna start off with a little bit. You wanna keep the consistency right. We can always add more later, but you can never, ever take it out. So this will definitely require a little bit of elbow grease, but that is what we're here for, baby. Bada bing, bada boom. That is perfect. That is meal number 2. Now, I'm absolutely joking. We are going to be utilizing this to dip things into it. And the first thing we're gonna be utilizing is this. If you've never seen this before, I'm about to change your absolute life. These are medjool dates and they're absolutely pitted. Not only that, but they're very, very tasty and they will go absolutely perfect with this. If you haven't tried a medjool date in peanut butter, that is also incredibly good. But for right now, we're gonna use the protein fluff. We're also gonna be using rice cakes. So this is 50 grams of the thick boys. If you wanna go with the thin ones, by all means, be my guest. So we're gonna go with 100 grams of dates, which comes out to be about 5 dates. That there is 98. That is definitely close enough. 50 grams of rice cakes, which works out to be about 4 thick boys. Everyone should aspire to be this damn thick. And that there, guys, is my post-workout, or you could also implement it as a nice snack. So if you haven't figured it out, the intention is to dip the dates and the rice cakes into the protein fluff, and that would be good to go. So the macros, calories, everything else in between for this meal, 116 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat, and 40 grams of protein, totaling it at 839 calories. And as you can see, guys, it's really not a whole lot of food, but you're already getting in 830 calories. Like that is, honestly, that is not a whole lot of food. So before we head on to the next meal, it would be absolutely rude not to do a taste test. So here is the date. This is the numero uno. That is the best thing in the world. Dates are literally too good. And also they're extremely calorie dense, which is perfect if you're trying to bulk. Like that there is probably about 50 grams of carbs. Part 2, have a crack, rice cake down the hatch. Literal heaven. So that is meal number 2, guys. It's a bit of a 1-2 combo. Got a bit of crunch, got a bit of sweet. That is good to go. All right, guys, so just got to the shower. You're probably wondering why my hair is this messed up and this frizzy, and that is because this is what it looks like before I style it. So this is the before and this is the after, but how did we get here? Let's go back. Welcome back. So I'm gonna take you through step by step exactly how I go about styling this. First thing I will do is dampen the hair with a towel. So I don't want it to be 100% wet. Now there's 2 products that I use. The first one is going to be a pre-volumizer. So this is Ascend by Blumaan. This is perfect. You do not need a whole lot of this. Pretty much what this is for is to give you a nice amount of volume without making it too heavy, and it's gonna add a good amount of texture to the hair. And I really like this because a lot of products that we use, it might give you a bit of volume, might give you a bit of texture, but it also makes your hair extremely greasy. But I have not found this with this. You don't need a whole lot. Move it around your hands and then just apply it nicely. Now you want it to go absolutely everywhere, just like so. This is a pre-volumizer because it is meant to go in before you actually officially blow dry your hair, which is the next part. So I'll then blow dry my hair. I'll do it on about a medium heat, and towards the end, I'll turn it down to cold just to not damage my hair long term. However you want your hair to sit is how you should be blow drying and brushing your hair. You don't want to just be doing crazy. You want to actually develop it and work it into the style that you want. Alrighty, that is all done and dusted. And right now that could almost do as fit, but there is one more thing I like to do just to give it that extra bit of, so the post-dry product I'm using is Monarch Paste. Now I will not use a whole lot. I'll probably use the size of a small coin. So just about there, similar to the volume cream, rub it in your hands and then work it into the hair. So this is gonna give it a little bit more texture and really set the hair in place. And that is good to go. I've got to say, these 2 products combined make your hair feel absolutely incredible. I don't know what it is, but it almost works better than conditioner and shampoo. So both of these products, the volume cream and the matte paste, are both by Blumaan. And if you are looking to pick some new hair products up for yourself, they are absolutely phenomenal. And you can save using my code Fraser. That will get you 10% off all the products on the website. And if you have any more questions about styling or these products in general, let me know down in the comments and I'll get on them ASAP. On to meal number 3, that is going to be a high protein body building sandwich. Very, very easy to whip up. This one is going to include chicken, and we're gonna start by toasting up the bread. 2 slices into the magical toaster. Now, obviously this isn't absolutely pivotal. You can have it fresh if you want, but I like the extra crunch. While that is going, we're gonna take a bowl and we're gonna whip up the extra ingredientes, starting off with an avocado. So we're gonna go with 70 grams. This is a shepherd's avocado, and they suck, I'm not gonna lie. The Has is so much better. It's just such a more superior avocado, but this is all they had right now. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. Cut it in half, cross hatch it, and then scoop it out like so. avocado with a spoon. All right, now we're gonna go about smashing the avocado. So if you've never done this, it's pretty easy. Just take a fork and mash it up until your heart desires. That is perfect. Not too smashed, not too crunchy. So what we're gonna do is go in with a little bit of lemon juice. Just a few drops will do. Bit of pink salt, bit of mixed herb. Stir that around. Bread is all toasted. Spread out the avocado onto the toast. Be liberal with it, mate. The avocado is perfect. A little bit of roughage. Final touch is to go in with 100 grams of the bodybuilding chicken breast, which is up on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen that, go and check that out when you get a chance. So this is pre-cooked already by myself. Nicely placed on there. All that's left, top it up, chop it right down the middle. Hold it firm. Nice back and forth action. Bang, you are good to go. And that is meal number 3, high protein bodybuilding chicken salmon. We call it a salmon in Australia. Fun fact for you guys. Macros and calories for this meal is 51 grams of carbs, 16 grams of fat, 43 grams of protein for 538 calories. So not a very large meal in comparison to the rest of them, but still packing a very nice punch and something that you could definitely have on the go. Now it would be absolutely rude for me to not have a taste test of this boy. So chin chin. It's just good. This is absolutely good. I guarantee you, you will love it. All right, guys, moving on to the next meal, and this is one of my personal favorites. So I'm very, very glad that you made it this far, because some people were not so lucky. Some people got distracted by their dog. Maybe their mum wanted to do some chores. Maybe they got distracted by a paper plane outside. Maybe a war broke out. I don't know. Something happened, but they had to leave the video. But you stuck around, and as such, you are going to see one of the best meals in your entire life. So this one is going to be salmon. So hopefully you're a big fan of salmon. I absolutely love this meal. It's going to be quite easy to whip up. So we're going to start off by preheating a large pan to a medium heat. While that is going, we're going to slice up 300 grams of red potato. Firstly, give them a wash, shake them to rinse. Take a knife and slice them like so. First in half again. We're going to take them and run across. Whack them in a bowl, or at least try to get them all in a bowl. And we're going to go into the microwave for 5 minutes. While that's going, we begin to cook the salmon. So go in with a little bit of olive oil, move that around. So we're going with skin salmon here. Honestly, it is way better. You'll find out why in a second, but we're gonna salt up the skin. Once the pan's nice and hot, we're gonna go skin down first. Sizzle in that B-I-T-C-H. I'm gonna cook skin side up for 4 minutes. 4 minutes up, we're gonna flip that bad boy, and we're gonna add in our potatoes that have now been cooked. I'm gonna take one bunch of asparagus. We're just gonna chop off the ends. We're just gonna whack them in there. Now we're gonna cook all of these for about another 3 minutes. So the salmon's gonna let loose a lot of oil, so we're gonna be moving these around so the potatoes can cook in that oil. The same with the asparagus. Sprinkle the mixed herb, a few cracks of pink salt, give it a quick mix around, and we are good to go. Plate that bad boy up, salmon, skin down with the asparagus. Last but not least, the tatters, the potatoes. How good is that? This is a classic dinner kind of meal, but it is absolutely phenomenal. Really, really easy to do as well. Just 3 main ingredients, and I'm very, very excited for that. So the calories and macros for this meal is gonna be 61 grams of carbs, 32 grams of fat, and 49 grams of protein. So this is a definitely fat heavy meal, which is why salmon is such a good bulking meal, because it just packs so many calories in not a whole lot, and it does taste flipping phenomenal. So it'd be rude not to do a taste test. Here we go. Absolutely cooked to perfection. Then we also have the potatoes. I love these guys. Just straight in the microwave, straight on the pan, you fry them up. They're absolutely good. Final meal going down, guys, and this is gonna begin with a sweet potato. So this is a Hawaiian sweet potato, one of my personal favorites, because when you bake it up, it gets nice and sweet and creamy in the middle and crispy on the outside. So no worries at all, just put it right in there, 200 degrees Celsius, and we're gonna cook that for 1 hour. So that is just part 1 of the final meal. Part 2 is gonna involve a tuna salad, which we're gonna whip up in preparation for when the sweet potato is done. Super straightforward here, guys. We're gonna go in with 1 handful of kale and spinach, 1 handful of coleslaw. Last but not least, guys, we're gonna take a tuna in oil. This is Serena, the best by far, and we're just gonna mix it up in there. So there's already olive oil in this, which is gonna act as more of the dressing. Put that in there, give that a nice stir, and now all that's left is to wait for the sweet potato. All right, done and dusted. Oh, that is hot. Sweet potato is all cooked. Gonna open that bad boy up. Perfect, crispy on the outside, nice and soft on the inside. So there's one secret ingredient that goes on this that I'm a big fan of putting on it. That there is gonna be 30 grams of peanut butter. So trust me, guys, do not knock it until you try it, because it is absolutely phenomenal. It creates a nice sweet and creamy combo, and the texture of the sweet potato just goes so well with it. And that is meal number 5, and also the final meal for the day. So I am pretty damn excited to get into that. The macros and calories for this, 73 grams of carbs, 25 grams of fat, 49 grams of protein for 821 calories, which brings the totals to 447 grams of carbs, 230 grams of protein, and 128 grams of fat, 4,060 calories. It is that simple, guys. This will be pretty damn easy for me to knock down. Obviously, you'll have to adjust this for whatever macros and calories you need in order to progress towards your goal. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, let me know by dropping a like and commenting down below. Absolutely anything. I'll get back to as many comments as I can. That is all from me, but before I go, it'd be rude not to do a taste test. It's good and still quite hot. All right, that is all from me, guys. Hope you did enjoy watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Arigato, Mr. Roboto.